Good evening, folks, and welcome back to Murky Shadows Outdoors. So this evening, we're going to talk about, as we transition into the early spring, what to throw, what color to throw. So number one, right off the bat, we got Valentine's Day just around the corner. Guys, you ladies love those red roses, right? Well, guess what? Those big fat bass, those big girls, they like red too. So this time of the year, when I get ready to go out on the boat, or even bank fish for that matter, I'm going to at least have one rod tied on with some variation of what I'm about to share with you. The main color that you're looking at is red. Fire crawl, bright, bold, red. Also, orange belly. I believe that color, is the fire crawl type color. You got that very bright red back, that orange belly. So let's take a look at a few of those. Number one, right off the bat, that Strike King 1.5. This is a fairly narrow-sided bait. It's got a black back. It's got that bright red side and that orange belly. That is a killer color this time of the year. If your fish are starting to move up a little more shallow, that's a little too deep for them, you can always go down to that 1.5. And this is another of that bright, bold red crawfish pattern, right? Has that black back, it's got the orange belly. That color is absolutely killer this time of year. Another variation of that is the Little John. I've caught many a fish on this Little John. I don't know if you can see those bite marks in there, but caught a lot of bass on that this time of the year. The key is keep one of these tied on, at least one of your rods on the boat. As you come into early, mid-February, depending on your fishery, your area, down in Florida, they're having some days that are up in the 80s. So their water temperature is going to come up a little quicker. For those of us in North Carolina, we may be a few weeks off to possibly a month. It may transition into more into March before we really hit that red bite. The key here is you never know when that red bite's going to happen. So have one tied on, give it a couple tosses, throw it around those high percentage areas and see if you can pick up those fish. Because I'm telling you, once they turn on to that red color, they're going to be on it. They're going to be on it for a little while. Now, there's some different variations. I just showed you the 1.5, which is the flat-sided deeper diver. I showed you the 1.5 square bill, showed you a Little John. Some other variations, a little bit wider bait here. This is the rock crawler. The rock crawler. This is in Folks Custom Cranks color. I'm not sure exactly what Nick calls that color, but if you like that, go check out Folks Custom Cranks. If you take a look at that last video that I did at the East Tennessee Fishing Show, Nick was there, but also the Raleigh show, we covered Nick with Folks Custom Cranks. Check out his crankbaits. He does a phenomenal job. Another good option for early spring is those lipless crankbaits. Lipless crankbaits can be absolutely murderous this time of the year, and you can catch lots of bass. So go with something like, in this case, I got the 1/2 ounce red eye shad in that crawfish pattern again, that bright, bold red with that orange belly. Give that a try. Another variation could be any type of bladed jig with some kind of trailer on it. Again, we got that bold orange or bright orange with that bold red color. This, I actually have it paired up with a Southern Indiana bait company, about a 3.75 or 3.8 inch swim bait. Check them out as well. We saw them at the East Tennessee Fishing Show. Go check out the Southern Indiana Bait Company. If you can see that, go check out that video. Check those boys out. Zion Dunaway and Xavier Dunaway are both high school students. Zion's getting ready to go to college. Xavier's going to be pouring baits while his brother goes off to college. And I think they'll be working together as Zion's able to come back home. Phenomenal company. Those kids are very well spoken, have a great company, have great soft plastics, and you're supporting a younger generation of the fishing industry by buying from them. So check them out. You can find them on Facebook. Again, that's Southern Indiana Bait Company. They also have an Instagram page, so check them out on Instagram. Another possibility for the red this time of the year is throw on a swim jig, right? Any type of swim jig. I believe this is a 3/8 ounce head swim jig. Again, it's got that bright red color. It's got that bright orange on it, mimicking those crawfish as they start to molt in the spring. They'll first come out very red in most watersheds. But as we transition through late February, mid to late February, early March, start to transitioning into mid-March, sometimes into April, depending on what area of the country you're in, you're going to want to start to switch from that red. So how do we transition from those bright, bold red colors when they stop biting it? One possibility is this storm wiggle wart. This is a neutral color. It's less of a bright, bold red. It's more of an opaque kind of red, reddish pink with a yellow belly. So as those crawfish start to transition back to their normal colors, it's got a black back on it. That's a good option. If you're in slightly stained water or during that transition period when they get off of those bright reds, this this bomber lure is another good option. It transitions from that bright red to more of a translucent or opaque red, pinkish hue, and then it has that bright chartreuse belly. So that works very well in muddy, stained water, but also throughout that transition period. Now, once they fully transition and the crawfish start to come back to a more natural color, your browns, your greens, then you want to throw a wiggle wart or a bait that style, right, in a more natural color. It's got like a brownish black back with a brown tan side, and it goes into a yellow belly, which is a much more natural presentation. That also works better in clearer water. So, folks, the key here is the time of the year it's red. Your lady wants red roses. Well, guess what, ladies? For Valentine's Day, buy your special guy or fisherman a red crankbait, spinnerbait, whatever you can get in red, and they'll love you forever. As always, I appreciate you watching. Hit that like button if you like this content. Consider subscribing. And as always, I'll catch you on the next cast.